cucina in Italian means my kitchen, and buongiorno means good day. And man, do I have something amazing and delicious to show you. It's about chocolate. Pero la prima cosa, the first thing that we need to do is to put on di fadale. Di fadale in Italian means apron. And I have a very colorful apron because we don't want to get ourselves messy. And what I have here is I am going to be using a double boiler, guys, a double boiler, because we are going to be melting some dark chocolate. And dark chocolate is full of antioxidants, it's wonderful. Read about it. So let me give you the ingredients. So what I have here is 2.5 cups of raw rolled oats. Then over here I have 1.5 cups of oat flour. And what I did is I took the rolled oats, I put it in my spice blender, and this is what I came up with. So what I want to do, so then to this, I have here a 1 cup of coconut oil melted. I also have a 1/3 cup of maple syrup. I also have a teaspoon of orange and vanilla extract. So and that's what I'm going to be utilizing. So now I'm just waiting for my water to start getting warm. In the meantime, what I have here is 10 ounces of dark chocolate that I'm just going to go ahead and put in here like so, because I really want this to start rocking and rolling, because it's going to take a little bit of time. And this chocolate, okay, here we go. So I just want to put that on the bottom. And I'm also going to be utilizing, guys, a 1 cup of almond flour. If you don't have almond flour, don't worry about it. 1 cup of peanut butter would do. I'm allergic to peanuts, so I'm going to be using almond flour. But I'm not going to add it quite yet. What I want to do is bring your attention to right here. We're going to take our oats and we're going to put them in a bigger bowl. We're also going to take the oat flour. We're going to put that right in there. And then to this, we are going to be adding the wonderful cup of coconut oil melted. It's got to be melted. Make sure you get all of this. And trust me, this is going to work, because wait till I show you. Oh my goodness. It is so good and delicious for you. And this is a vegan dessert, but also, you know, it could be used for any dessert. I mean, I didn't even know it was vegan. And a friend of mine have made it. And years and years and years and years ago, I have gone to a party and this was there, and I just absolutely loved it. And I had asked her then, can't even remember her name, it's been so many years. Oh, so this is not my recipe, guys. It's somebody else's recipe that I can't remember. So, so this is her recipe. And she gave me the recipe. So what we want to do is we really want to mix all of this together like so. Just like this. You see what I'm doing? Just like this. See like that? And it's going to be soaking in here. In the meantime, you know, we have our dark chocolate that's going on in here. So what I want to do with this, I just want to get a spoon here because it's starting to melt. And that's what you want to do, because this is going to be very, very quick. And like I said, I have gone to a party and there was this dessert. In those days, there was no I don't know if there was names, you know, like vegetarians and vegans. I don't know. But I remember how delicious, this was in my 20s, how delicious this was. And I wanted the recipe. So then what you're going to do to this, see, you're going to mix it up really, really well. You see what I'm doing right here? You are going to get a pan. Make sure that you put some parchment paper. And then what you want to do to this mixture, you see what I'm doing here? All right, we are going to put it right in there, just like so, just like that, without me breaking the bowl or anything. And this is, like I said, this is called, it's a vegan, because there's no animal products that go in here. And let me put that away so I can get that out of the way, because what I want to show you is, I want you to start patting it down. Patting it down. You see what I'm doing, guys? You're going to be patting it down get to all of the corners, and I'm using a 9-inch. But make sure that you use a parchment paper, because it's going to get hardened and it's going to sit overnight in the refrigerator. But let me not jump into that yet. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that everything, it's all nice and comes to the corners over here, and and kind of work with it to make sure it's all the same, the same not consistency, but the same, the same size, 1 or 2 inches, and you keep pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing with that. See what I'm doing with that? See how I pressed it? Like that, guys, okay? Very simple transaction. This is no bake. It just goes right into the refrigerator. So if you're going to a party, if you're going to go see friends, or if somebody is not feeling well and you want to make something like this, it's wonderful. And it makes quite a few squares, and I'm going to show you how we are going to finish it, because I have another one in the refrigerator, because I made one last night. Because I really wanted to show this to you and bring this to, because it's for your health, I would do anything. Alright, so now this is done. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm going to concentrate on my chocolate. So now that my chocolate is semi-melting, I want to go ahead and take my entire almond flour, almond butter. If you do not have almond butter, use peanut butter. And the first time I had it was with peanut butter, and in those days I did not have the allergies that I now have. Go figure that out. It's like when we get older, instead of getting, things just change. So I'm just using, a regular spoon. And right now, I am just going to incorporate my chocolate. And you see what I'm doing, guys? I am kind of swishing it. And I'm kind of going like this. Be careful, don't burn yourself. So what I did is I put water into a pan, okay? And then I got my bowl to make sure, so it will not, the water come out. So make sure before you do, this is what is called double boiling. And this is very good to melt chocolate. You can put strawberries in there. Oh my God, the possibilities are endless. Let me tell you. So what we want to do is we really want to mix these together. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to leave a little bit of the chocolate in there, because I like to kind of chunk into that. There goes my dog. I left him outside. He's like, I know you're cooking in there, Mama. I want to be in there with you. So we just want to continue to, and there goes Daddy. The one that likes to hide. He doesn't want to be seen by nobody. He went to check out what's going on. This is a working kitchen. This is where we live. So some of this chocolate, if you like a lot of chocolate, leave some pieces in there. I just like sometimes to chomp on them, but you don't have to. And it's almost done. It's almost done, guys. That is how simple and quick this is going to go. Oh, he brought him in. No, he's not allowed to have chocolate, even though he loves everything. Anything that goes on the floor, this dog eats, let me tell you. Thank you, honey. Don't you want to say hello to anybody? He waved. He's shy. So as you can see, I am still mixing it because I want this to be mixed really, really well. Let me grab one of these little bowls over here to put my... So this is what's happening. You see what is happening here, guys? You see what is happening? We're melting the chocolate. And what I am using is 80% of cacao, and I am using, again, all organic. That's what I use. And as you can see now, it's really doing its thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off. And then what I like to do to this is I just like to add a handful of pistachios. Just go in there, just a hand, and I'm just going to mix them up like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. Oh, there we go. We're in here like that. See what I'm doing, guys? And get this out of there. And I'm going to move this out of the way because I want to bring you back to this. Okay, this is what we did earlier, and now what we want to do is we want to come in and be careful because this is hot. And what we want to do is we want to pour that right in there. Look at that chocolate. Ay, Dios mío, qué cosa más riquísima. When I said, oh my God, this is so good, and just spread it out. Start spreading the chocolate. Let it go everywhere. Oh yeah, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. No bake, vegan, this decadent chocolate dessert. And thank you to that wonderful person that I met years and years ago in my 20s. Now I'm 63 and I cannot remember their name. But it's okay, but God bless them. And I'm gonna put this on the side over here. And then what I wanna do is, you wanna spread the chocolate to cover, guys, to cover like that. All right, and now you guys can play, because that is the reason why we have the parchment paper, so nothing sticks. So then what I want to do here is I want to get all this chocolate. Oh, my mouth is watering as we speak. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, and now what you want to do is you can take whatever nuts you want. I am going to be utilizing some pistachios, and I'm also going to be utilizing some shaved almonds, and just kind of spread them like that. You know, you can utilize anything you want. I'm going to show you my other one that I did, and on the one that I did earlier, it only has the pistachios, and I'm using raw organic pistachios. So just like that, and then, and just let it rain. Just have fun. This is supposed to be fun, and it's wonderful. If you like pistachios, add more pistachios. If you like almonds, add more almonds. It's whatever you want to do. But we're going to make this a little festive, because after all, Christmas is right around the corner. The holidays are right around the corner. And then with this, I'm also going to have some cranberries. These are dry organic cranberries that I'm just going to put on here, just like that. And it's a very beautiful thing. And let me show you that. All right? You see that? You see that, guys? So let me get it closer. Look at that. You see that? That beautiful? You see that? Woohoo! Okay. So now what we want to do with this is I am just going to let it sit out until it all cools off. And then what I'm going to do to this is I am going to cover it with more parchment paper. And then I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And let me show you what it's going to look like. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go in the refrigerator. One momento. Aspetta means to wait. Aspetta. And I made a mini one, because it's my husband and I am going to a party, and these are going to be cut for me to take. So now what you have is you have something like this. You have the parchment paper like that. Then what you do is you get yourself a nice plate. I'm going to show you how to decorate it so you can be the king and the queen of your castle, which you already are. So what I have here is this new product that I found. Is called Blake Hill Raspberry Mostarda. Let me bring that to you. It is all organic. It's vegan. It's vegan, gluten-free. And look at this. Look at that. You see that? All right. So before I cut this beautifulness that we just made, is I take a white plate, and I got some green leaves over here. And then what I want to do is I am going to mix it with a brush, and then I am just going to smear. You can smear it like that. You can smear more, however you want to do, play with it. But, this is the time to be creative, and it just makes it such a pretty presentation. It's like a finished thing. And, and I'm not sure what I want to do, but I'm just going to keep playing with it. Why not? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So then what I've done is, just make whatever design you want. And then what I want to do now is I want to come over here with this guy over here, still in the parchment paper, and I want to come in here and I just want to cut that. We're gonna cut it, like, be careful with your hands, safety first. Oh, look at this. And then what you wanna do is you wanna cut into the squares and try to keep them all the same size. What I do, guys, you know, I'm not a chef, I'm a cook. So what I do is, after I cut that, I put it next to the other one. You see what I'm doing, like that? So then I know where to cut the next piece. And some pieces might be bigger than others. And then I'm just going to just kind of put them on my plate like so. See what I'm doing? And then we're going to, this is kind of too big. And you know, some people, they don't want a very big piece. So we're just gonna cut them in smaller pieces. You know, kind of make them yummier. Now, I know that some people, you know, they want a perfect presentation, and when you have this part over here, you know, you can, I like to keep it because I like things to be perfectly imperfect. If there's such a word. And then I just keep putting them out on my plate like so. And you see what it creates? You see what it creates? I think you know where I'm going. And then, you know, you can come in here and then you can add the leaves, you know, put a little leaf. Here, let me move this out of the way. Let me put this down. Because, you know, when you, this is the time to be creative and fun. You know, there's just so much negativity in the world. And we don't have to buy into that, guys. You know, we can put on music. We can choose to be in joy. So now, you know, I have this right here, and, you know, I can just remove this little piece right here, and you know, and use your brush as like glue. So, you know, you can put some on the bottom like that, and then, you know, you could just put it over here like so. We're gonna take another leaf on this side. It's just about having fun and joy, because, you know, life is so short, and we spend so much time looking at the negatives and not to look at the positives in our lives. And we really need to, you know, really think about that, because life is short. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to do another smear. Why not? You know, let me smear. I want to smear. I want to be able, you know, when I pick this up, to taste the deliciousness. And then, you know, I'm going to cut a few more pieces over here, because, you know, we're having fun, and it's all about fun. You know, you can cut them in different shapes. You know, you can cut them in squares. You can cut them any way you want to. This is the time to be creative, guys. This is the time to give yourself permission to be creative. So then over here, we come over here again, you know, and we bring these, because these are different shapes, you know, why not? You know, play with this, you know, play with it, have fun, because that's what it's supposed to be. I think that God really wanted us to really enjoy life, and I know that there are ups and downs, and I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but, you know, it's how we view things, So now that I have these leaves over here, because, you know, I like to make it pretty, so why not bring a couple of other leaves right on the other side over here. And now, you guys, if you even want to even go a step farther, and you are not going to be adding the cranberries that we added in the other one, and also the almonds, you can come with this deliciousness, and you can just brush it on top. Brush it on top, yes. And it gives it that nice little color, the nice little red, and then you got the green, and then you got the white. It's beginning to look like the holidays everywhere we go. I love to play with food. I used to get in so much trouble when I would play with food. And then you know, and then you can come over here, and then if you want to do anything else, you can. This is just for you guys. Look what you made, guys. No bake chocolate pistachio vegan dessert. This is for your health. And don't forget the other one that we made over here earlier, so you can play any way you want to, guys. Look at that. Okay, bellies, that is all I have for you today. Be kind and gentle to yourself. If you're hungry, eat. If you're tired, rest. If you're angry, dance. Take care of you, because when you take care of you, then you have so much to give to others. I want to thank my beautiful sponsors for bringing me such wonderful deliciousness. I want to thank Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores in Ellenton, Florida. I want to thank Cola Harris with Pharmacy that keeps me glowing from the outside. I want to thank Stephen Bailey with Bailey Fishing and Island Charters. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today in this wonderful deliciousness, because guess what? This is what we're having for dessert. Look at this, guys. There you go. Thank you. Blessings to every single. Yeah.